Stuart,
Yes.
Sonia, I've come to realize that many of my decisions have been based on fear, which is not necessarily a balanced and grounded place to make those kinds of decisions. Can you talk about shifting away from fear or um, another perspective that one can use as a basis for making decisions in one's life?
Look, fear-based decisions are always decisions where you have to change, you have to do something that is not part of your ordinary routine, that requires growth, in many cases, requires you becoming a bigger person. And you have to let go of the familiar in order to do this. We cling to the familiar. We cling to things we recognize, even if these things are killing us. I mean, people that drink, for instance, that's not your problem, thank God. But people that drink, I mean, they cling to alcohol. They're afraid to let go of the alcohol. And that really basically is the problem. Now, look, I had the same problem when I was younger. Most of your questions, I've had the same problem when I was younger. And, look, one of the things I came to is that any choice I make, any decision I make represents an opportunity for me to learn something. It represents an opportunity for me to step into the unknown, deal with the unknown, and discover that most creative, energy exists in the unknown. And when I finally recognized that, I mean, there was the fear of making a decision just went away. All right, I can make mistakes. I don't have to be perfect. I can make mistakes. Mistakes are part of the growth process, and as long as you don't hurt and intimidate other people. But if the mistake leads to you recognizing what you need to do to grow and to become more of a human being, it's not a mistake. It's just an opportunity to, it didn't work in that situation, but it taught you a great deal about yourself. This is important. The worst thing in the world is being stagnant. And that really basically is the worst imaginable hell to live, stagnation. And when you make decisions, you make choices, it really breaks up a stagnant way of living. It breaks up, in you that fear, especially when you recognize, hey, all this can do is teach me something about me. And I think if you look at it that way, and it's not even a matter of looking at it that way. I mean, you can look at it any way under the sun, but if you don't fix the chakra system and develop the chi and keep the heart open, it doesn't matter how you look at it, you're still going to be trapped in that fear. But what happens is, as the system in a human being develops and grows, you get to a place, you understand, where you're so balanced inside that you don't have to, that fear, if it comes, you can get rid of it in seconds. And I think this is an incredible way to live, I mean, uh, and yeah, I mean, God knows there's stuff that goes on in the world that would frighten anybody, and not even stuff we do, it's stuff other people do. At the same time, we need to build a system that gives us the capacity to deal with other people's stuff as well as our own stuff. And every human being has inside them, a system that will enable them to do what I'm talking about. They just have to work at it and build it, not take it for granted. And simply use, well, in what we do, the technique of the meditation to build the chi, to build the power, to keep the heart open, to quiet the mind. All of these things will enable a human being to overcome fear, to take chances in life, and to recognize that chances are not going to kill you. Stagnation will. You know, stagnation will be the end of your life. Taking chances, financial chances, relationship chances, chances that life presents to us. And then using whatever it is we've decided to learn about how to grow to become more of a human being. And not having to be perfect all the time. That's the worst condition, that human beings live with. This whole idea, I can't make a mistake. I have to be perfect. I mean, you look, our parents drill this into us. Our teachers at school drill this in, and it's a bunch of nonsense. I mean, we're all going to make mistakes. And we all get stronger from those mistakes if we allow them to be our teacher. All right, I blew it. And if you hurt somebody, apologize to them. Forgive yourself, forgive them, and apologize. Okay, I made a mistake. I am sorry. I hope you can forgive me. I'm learning to forgive myself for having made that mistake. I mean, it's just a different way of looking at life than we are taught. We're taught that we have to be perfect. And I think that really is detrimental to all human growth. The only thing that's perfect in the universe is God. All the rest of us are kind of living in bumper cars at a carnival, bouncing off of kids. And, I mean, we make mistakes. And if somebody else thinks you have to be perfect, find it in your heart to forgive them. Find it in your heart, all right, that's their problem. It's not my problem. I don't have to live up to their image of me. That's terrible. I have to live up to my own humanity and how I grow incrementally as a human being. But I don't have to fulfill somebody else's image of me. That leads to relationships and situations that just fall apart. I hope this is clear, because it's really important. And it's just a major step at learning how to master oneself. We don't have to live with somebody's. Hello? We don't have to live up to somebody else's image of us. And we can forgive ourselves. If we do something, is there somebody talking, or somebody have whoever it is, please mute yourself. Does anyone else have a question they would like to? I mean, look, I don't know I don't know where that noise is coming from. I don't know if it's my computer or I don't think so. But if it's anyone's computer, please mute yourself. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? And just an addendum to this diatribe that I just went through about decision making. I mean, it's self-worth. Understand, not egotistical self-worth, but that thing in your heart that understands the value of one's own life. And that in order to live up to that value that's in your heart, we have to make decisions. We have to forgive other people. We have to forgive ourselves. Does anyone else have a question? And it's also the first steps towards learning how to truly love unconditionally. Unconditionally. Without opinions, without our ideas, how other people are supposed to live their life. With the strength to be able to say no to somebody. You can't trespass. You know, and to do it without anger. No. All of these things are part of learning how to grow and how to develop a system inside that really enables our humanity to flourish. Does anyone else have a question they'd like to ask? Okay, if there are no more questions, thank you. God bless you all. And I always tell you, I'll tell it again, you all are my teacher. I need a guru. You are my teacher. And you force me to work deeply on myself so that I can overcome all the mistakes I make in my life, so that I can bring the best of me to each and every one of you. So God bless you all and thank you. And
God bless you too. Thank you so much.
There'll be a class. What is it? I don't even know the date. Today's Tuesday, right? There'll be a class on Thursday. So God bless you all. See you then.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.